No, that graph isn't clickbait. This is how much Xbox Series X and S have declined last year versus 2023 in the US, looking at the cumulative unit difference per month. While Circana, the tracker of US sales, doesn't give out unit numbers for each console, they do report enough data on revenue comparisons versus prior years and historical comparisons to prior hardware to get good enough unit estimates to make these claims. Straight up. Xbox sold less than 3 million consoles in the US for all of 2024. That is the worst result in the US for Xbox ever, even going back as far as the original Xbox. Slight caveat is that this does not include 2001, 2005, and 2020. 2001 only had 2 months of Xbox sales. 2005 had Xbox production cut short months before the end of the year, and same for Xbox One in 2020. Those 3 years aside, every Xbox sold more than 3 million every single year. Xbox from '02 to '04 sold between 3 and 4 million. Xbox 360 from '06 to 13, 13 being the year Xbox One came out, sold at least 3 million. And Xbox One from 2014 to 2019 sold more than 3 million. Xbox Series went from selling 3.7 million in 2021 to 4.5 million in 2022 to 3.8 million in 2023 to what I estimate as just 2.7 million in 2024. What is happening? A complete shift in priority for Xbox and how it conducts business. Microsoft this past holiday spent more money on an ad campaign telling everyone they already own an Xbox via computer, phone, even smart TV than any marketing towards the console itself for the Christmas season, like the brand has done for every console since 2001. In fact, December marks the first time since 2006 that Microsoft did not offer some sort of value add to the console, such as a game bundle or in more recent times a 3 month Game Pass bundle, and all a consumer was left with was a MSRP Series X, MSRP Series S, and a non-marketed retailer dependent $50 discount to the Series X digital edition. Contrast this with PS5, which had a flat $75 discount on the non-pro models, and those options including NBA Digital Edition bundle or Fortnite goodies. And PS5 was rewarded for that. While 2024 was a decline from the peak of 2023, nearly 6 million consoles were still sold, more than PS4's peak. When looking at just PS5 and Xbox, PS5 had nearly 70% market share for all of 2024. This is an acceleration from 2023's 64%. Only 2002 had a bigger PlayStation advantage at 71%. The lack of holiday focus is hurting Xbox Series here. When looking at January to October, Xbox 2024 sales were actually better than what Xbox One was putting up in 2017. However, while Xbox historically would sell 1 million or more in both November and December, Xbox Series failed to sell 1 million across both months in 2024. Xbox is quickly losing ground in its strongest market, even seeing a 48% decline in Europe last year. Go check out my video about video game news you missed last week. And console buyers are overwhelmingly picking PlayStation at much higher rates than ever before. This was the first holiday where Microsoft's competing device was more expensive than PlayStation, whereas before they always maintained price parity at worst, often beating PlayStation in the race to the bottom. But that is the problem. Xbox was highly competitive in the holidays every single year, throwing out tons of bundles targeting as many consumer types as possible while discounting the device upwards of $100. Even with Xbox Series, Microsoft employed these tactics. But 2023 is likely when everything came crashing down from mothership Microsoft support for the old business model of subsidizing the upfront method of entry. Microsoft completed the Activision acquisition in October 2023 to the tune of $69 billion, taking on 8,500 employees and the most expensive video game franchise to produce yearly, Call of Duty. Microsoft did this in a bid to expand its mobile gaming efforts, cloud gaming, and subscription service Game Pass. 2 months later, Xbox hardware sales in the US were so bad after a weak Black Friday performance where Xbox was only discounted $50. Walmart dropped the price of the $500 Series X all the way to $349 on December 1st. This was not something Xbox was planning all along, that Walmart started early. Microsoft's plan for Xbox was to discount Series X to just $399 for a 2-week period around Christmas, as seen in this tweet after Circana reported the troubling November sales. Walmart would keep this $349 price throughout the entire month, and even Best Buy and Target would price match this Christmas week. Thanks to this unofficial price cut, however, Xbox Series did see its best unit total ever of over 1.1 million. Yet this is below most Xbox One November and Decembers. And that best result could not reverse a decline for the quarter. So you have this absolutely insane purchase of Activision mixed with weaker hardware results than expected despite a massive price cut. You would be left wondering, how is Microsoft going to invest where consumers reach their software and services, the bread and butter, on a device that loses $100 per purchase, or minimizing those losses to secure a higher profit margin for the division? Well, look at the past year. Look at where Xbox is putting their games. The effort, marketing, money, and focus are all in to make sure the market knows that Xbox is no longer the console, but something else. A device that plays Xbox games is an Xbox. In this mindset, Microsoft has no business in selling loss leading hardware at the rate they used to. Xbox Series was at one point the fastest selling Xbox ever. It was projected by Microsoft to outdo the Xbox One and to grow the segment to help Game Pass reach 100 million subscribers by 2030. But then Activision happened. Lower hardware sales happened right after. A shift in what Microsoft lets Xbox get away with happened. From January to May 2024, 2,100 employees were laid off from Xbox and 4 studios were shuttered. Phil Spencer would say that Xbox needs to be profitable and find ways to grow the industry. What is the most profitable way forward for Xbox? Simple. Stop selling products that lose you money. But really, Xbox Series off rip had the largest subsidy ever for hardware at 1.5 billion up to June 2021. I estimate that means on average, Xbox Series was losing around $230 per console sold. This would line up with Phil Spencer 2 years later saying each Xbox loses between $100 and $200. 2 years after that, best case scenario is Xbox only loses $100 per purchase now. That would still be a loss of $500 million if Xbox only shipped 5 million consoles in a year. But if you port games like Doom the Dark Ages, Indiana Jones and the Great Circle, Halo, Gears, etc. to PS5, well, that would be a plus one software sold without Microsoft having to ever sell that consumer an Xbox. The calculus being, if someone bought a Series X or S that loses $100, even $50, Microsoft needs that consumer to at least buy one first party game and or multiple months of Game Pass to finally make profit. Whereas they sell a game on PS5, take 70% of that revenue, and immediately gain on what Xbox consoles are capable of. This is an Xbox is a way for Microsoft to offload hardware costs to third parties, whether that be your laptop or PC tower, phone, smart TV, hell, PS5 and Switch now, so that Microsoft can make more money per software sold. Back this up with the Discord leak of the century, which correctly called every single shift Xbox was making before announcement in early 2024. We are still waiting on those OEM Xbox devices, which is more evidence of Microsoft looking to offload hardware as an entry point to other devices and manufacturers. But you might be wondering, if I'm saying all of this, if this analysis is accurate, am I about to say Xbox consoles will be discontinued? No. If this were at any other point in Xbox's history, or even any other company, yes, Xbox would already be another Dreamcast. But Microsoft still makes Surface for some reason. We know they have a handheld planned and are still working on a next gen console. Of course, the retort to this would be they can cancel those at any time. But I've not been saying Microsoft is looking to exit hardware. They are looking to exit the loss leading hardware market. That handheld won't be $300. The next gen console won't be 500. I am saying Xbox will no longer release non-profitable hardware and will instead either sell the device at cost, so no money gained or lost on purchase, or sold at outright profit. In this shifted priority, it would no longer matter to Microsoft where you interact with Xbox. Your own device that Microsoft never had a hand in, Microsoft didn't lose money selling you the device. And if you buy one game, they make money. You buy a new Xbox console produced by Microsoft, well, now they either lose no money on that purchase or made some just by selling the hardware, and then with one game purchase or Game Pass sub, they make more money. In this event, traditional console sales at Xbox are over. Microsoft appears to be adapting Xbox to a high profit margin business to justify the continued costs of the Activision and ZeniMax purchases, cloud gaming initiatives, and Game Pass availability. Gone are the days of Xbox fighting tooth and nail against PlayStation for an Xbox purchase. Now, leadership embraces those devices as just more fodder for the ever growing line that must go up. What happened to Xbox hardware? Profits, business, the need to justify employing over 20,000 people.